Alright, so I forgot I had to change, or that the streamed key on Twitch was changed on its own, and that I had to hit it in OBS, and simple fix to fix my Blue Yeti microphone. I just plug it into my desktop exactly, because I messed up my monitor, and that's probably what did it. I hit it in a wall. Finally, I see where the GameCube controller is. Yeah, I gotta wait on a new monitor to arrive, but it wasn't gonna be here in time for this stream. So that was the technical difficulties, was getting the Blue Yeti to work, and then forgetting that update the stream key OBS. But I think the 4th when new monitor is supposed to get here, and Halloween right now, so that's 4 days from now. Streams. Pinky monitor. I wanted to use my TV printing not until I get my tier. I'll have both eventually. For now, frontal one, I was going to use that as a monitor, but if I ever want to do that on my TV, kind of my longer one. Yeah, I guess. Actually, I was going to say while the cutscene plays, I can. Not gonna be a cutscene, it's already played. Oh, it just goes right to here. Yeah, so I didn't stream for a while because I was moving over to St. Louis for a temporary work assignment. It'll be through April, so that's why I wanted to be able to stream, because it was just like a weekend business trip. I wouldn't have brought everything, of course. No, I want to do the Hidden Mansion, actually, right? Well, we're already gonna restart this thing.
Maintained.
I'll have to change. Yes. Distracted trying to give the update of what's going on. It's the right one. Yeah, wouldn't it suck to just be showing you that BIOS menu the whole time? Yeah, so that's why there weren't streams for a while, because I was driving out there, and then I was in a hotel until I could get an apartment, which I'm in now. Just moved in Thursday, and then internet set up on Friday, but the guy, I guess, made a mistake doing it. And so someone had to fix it yesterday to finally get it to stay up. I just figured my first stream here would be Halloween one. So I drove up from I drove from Arizona to St. Louis, so this monitor made it to New Mexico, where I stayed, then Tulsa, where I stayed, then the hotel in St. Louis, where I stayed. Then when I was bringing it to my apartment in St. Louis, just to get it on the elevator, I hit it against a wall, so very close to not getting damaged. But it was, so luckily it's like cracked more to the left of the screen, so the messed up part is not terrible. I mean, it is terrible. Not picking up like half. It's not like I'm halfway across the screen. Not able to see anything.
Oh, Mario, where? Gee, I don't care about you, Mario.
Oh joy!
Thank goodness. Mrs. Peach asked me to come here to look for Mario. I heard that you'd won a mansion. He was really pissed off.
Freaked out you didn't see Mario.
Awful.
I'm safe. Do you care about that? Bye. Nah, leave it. He still punches him even when he's being nice. I guess he does get happy to see Luigi, but he's still like crying over Mario. Like, why am I not good enough? Story of my life. Luigi in a world full of Marios. I don't wanna... Yeah, because you skip the EGAD meeting in the first... This first year I did this, I played on the GameCube. Last year I tried, but it was cutting out. I think Elgato's just not the best for older systems. So then I did it on the emulator, and So as far as the emulator is concerned, this is our second round, but it's only our third. Last year we did see all the EGAD stuff. Or the EGAD cutscene. Other EGAD stuff. I was gonna do Luigi's Mansion 2 since we did it last year, but you know, I'm moving out here. But I didn't have time to do it. I would have had to have done it beginning part of the month, and didn't do that. Yeah, now my streams are gonna be on Central Time rather than, well, I guess Arizona time is sometimes Pacific time like it is right now. And after Daylight Savings, it's on Mountain Time. We don't do it for some reason. So instead of fluctuating an hour, just gonna be on Central Time. I have to do this first. My mic was picking up the game. Alright, if it's not saying it when it's doing this, then it should. And as always, if audio is dumb, or I mean I'm done with the audio, let me know. I wasn't doing the voices. I don't know if that's his voice. Afraid of the dark. I mean, I'm afraid when there's ghosts. Oh, come here, ghost. How are we gonna get the speedrun record? So each year I forget to try getting the King Boo right away. Which I guess you need the key to that door. There. Downstairs key. Come on, ghost. Only if my microphone was just a few inches away, my voice would cut in and out. Paranoid about that. But it seems like it's not doing that right now, because I'm looking at the bar in OBS. I don't know how many of the same things I'll say every year, but one thing is that the Luigi head always made me think of like those Mario fruit snacks, because just their heads. Probably have said that. I like this tradition. A streamer I used to watch, who doesn't stream anymore, they got me into Twitch. He would play this every year. No, that's a good idea, you can totally play this every night. I'll get my money now. Yeah, it's like tank controls on the vacuum. Come on. You just go for all the boos, too. I'm trying to get money, but that was a heart. But usually just don't interrupt me, Ghost. I thought I was going too early, but we're good. Who lost this usually takes a good chunk of time. Curious how this would have been on the 64 if it actually came out for that, because it was hinted on Paper Mario, but I guess maybe it was always planned to be GameCube, but I thought I heard it wasn't originally. Paper Mario was like one of the last games to come out in the 64. 2001 was the end of its cycle. Now, good money. Still, every time I play this, at some point, I just remember that guy asking why Luigi wasn't in Super Mario 64, and he just responds, I don't know. Charles Martinet, he's always in character. Getting money right now. I could save state, but I don't remember where all the blue ones are. Save state before trying. But then it's not really true to trying to beat our record if we really should just wait until I get them all. Where's Banana Ghost? 0. Get him right away. No, I guess they're not. Who's 0? Somebody is. I guess the ones hanging from the ceilings are. I almost went and tried to get that. Guys, first. One thing about having just one monitor is, you know, it's easier when you have more than one to forget to look at. So we'd actually have to look at it to forget to look at the chat. Come on, Key. I don't know how to make that work with. No. Yeah, you get water. You want to water stuff.
So much better now. I looked everywhere.
Obviously, you didn't look everywhere if you didn't find them. Ghost. What I want. Pretty disorienting. Game Boy horror. It's funny that when this came out, that would, I don't, because yeah, this was a launch title. So I said it weird. It was a launch title. It was a launch title, so like the Game Boy Advance might not have even been out yet. I want to say it came out the same year. I remember getting it for my birthday in 1st grade, so I would have been 7.
Luigi, oidoro, Yaman ba, poe, happo, soisofu, ottomari, soisotoma, poe, zui, oyama, Luigi.
Adding to him's not going to be a fun record. Yeah, I think if the door doesn't rattle, then, sometimes there's a gold mouse, then it's fake. You can burn them, too, once you get the fire. I'm sure everybody knows this, but, I mean, sometimes I forget stuff that I already knew. Huh? Nigel Thornberry is the first one. Get that book out of the way. I never get every single one in just one go. Usually he can be done because he's the first one, but I've messed it up as early as the one after him. Also wanted to draw more while I'm here, since, I mean, I have less distractions to stop me from drawing. Update the thumbnails to look cooler. Kinda lame right now. Well, everybody thinks their own stuff is lamer than it is. Their own worst critic. Covers off. She's not gonna want to sleep here anymore. Her husband's gone. Well, actually, he probably just is in the study anyway, so probably never. Trying to do the curtains yet. Pretty fast, man. Suck stuff up. I mean, we've read their stuff before. I almost messed that up. Drop a poison mushroom, you don't want that. I already got her in one go. The baby, I don't think we're gonna get in one go because he's a boss. Amazing how fast you can beat this game if you already played it. Like, I first played this as a kid, I'm sure. I don't know how long, but it took me a while. Games used to be like, they could be over a year long of an endeavor as a kid. Then I guess it's also possible to not, like, be the opposite, where a game is super hard that you thought wasn't. Although I feel like it's usually the other way around. A lot of hard games out there I never attempted. One of these years I'm gonna remember to try and get the king boost, like skip the king tour thing right away. And then to get the satisfaction of doing that, but still actually play the full. See, this baby was coming at Luigi. I'll see it, so testifying in court, unknown, self-defense, and the baby's a ghost, so what's gonna happen to it that hasn't already happened? Actually, wasn't he born a ghost, they say in the whatever, the journal? That has a journal saying this guy's special and his brothers are wusses. I didn't make the lame joke of saying he said. More entertaining when people read the dialogue. I should do that more. Even if I don't do a voice for it, I still read it. to say for some reason he always reminds me of a Monkey Ball character, but I guess because the baby just pacifier like that. He kind of does have a monkey hair, monkey head, and a monkey tuft of hair. So the bosses, apparently it's possible to get every single one, maybe except for King Boo in one go. But it gets up there, like, even for non-King, right? He's just the, I guess, the most. One's the real one. Never got him in one go. Ah, see, I just... Maybe you're allowed to have, like, 2 or so, have it still be. Painting gold or not will tell you. Remember, that's the metric. And I guess children have to, like, they don't know right away that violence isn't playing, huh? Dang, they gotta learn not to... You have to learn that, like, hitting a dog is not the same as petting a dog. First memory is when I was 2, when I was rough housing with a dog and she bit me. Like, I remember enough to know that I deserved it, but still, it's like, why do we think that's, like, why do we do that as toddlers? Alright, 2 is hopefully enough for gold. I was doing well enough to keep it in there. Well, my health should fill. Right? Fairly well on money. 1 gold bar. Where's Xtan? Oh, thank goodness you're okay. I lost contact with them. Tad worried. Only a tad, though. It was the first time you out after bullying that baby, huh? I know that hitting babies really tires me out, so why don't you... Why do I always forget that that's the best one? He goes... He loves explaining this every time, but technically the first time. Just portrification. Okay, uh-huh. I guess 3000 is still the future. I guess when this came out, it was already the 2000. Kinda looks, I was checking our time on how long that took. It was just, under 18 minutes to get through the... I don't know what they call it area, not Act 1. Luigi always looks pretty happy, too. And I know they can't murder me anymore. Visible, even though we see them right now. Need to. Some invisible forms of those cow udders. Always looked like udders to me, even as a kid. Aw, silver. Gold, though, there. I don't think we got this as gold last year. But yeah, right? So you do have to do it in one go. How do you do that? Why do I remember? I don't know. I guess I remembered she was Leah because I played this so many times. Now I'm playing it every year, once a year. But before, as I've mentioned, I was playing it like non-stop, trying to unlock Mario because... And that wasn't even like a lie, like Sonic and Tails. Someone put it for Melee, or Toad, I think they put it for Melee too. But, that was just me thinking it was a thing, and... You know about GameFAQs or stuff up at the time, didn't you? Diff Luigi. You know, I'm surprised. Well, actually, I'm just saying I'm surprised that there isn't one, but for all I know, there is one. There isn't a Halloween porno called Scare. Gotta check that out. But I don't know, it might not even be Halloween, it'll be just something that's just... Probably already sick. Was it including my money from last time? I guess, we'll override it with what I get this time if it's more. I didn't upgrade to Windows 11. I don't know if it's good. And I saw like a tweet, someone saying my reaction or my opinion, whatever, of Windows 11, and it was a screenshot of him re-downloading Windows 10. Yeah, that just came out like on the 5th or something. Nice. I feel like I remember Windows 10 not being great when it first came out. Like, maybe that was Windows 8, because they did 8.1 after. And I thought it was like 10 wasn't great, right? I don't know, probably nobody likes the Windows. I don't need the heart. First room. You want to get to the booze, but first it's. Ghosts that are into choking. Oh. There. They're so pale as they just choke each other all day long. And the S&M ghosts there. We have 5 or I think 5, and 5 is just getting a King Boo. I'm happy with those ghosts. Not like a special money ghost, even though it's old. Oh, I did get both. Oh, but he got away. I don't know if we've had a year where I didn't get a game over. Losses or Boo is pretty good odds. I'm gonna die on those ones, but we died on King Boo last year. I think it came close. The more of these we do, the less I'm gonna remember how we did. A year is a long time. I remember the last one we did. Come on, man. Oh, I could have still gone in. Can't die on these guys, that's just sad. Left a heart. But all of them? Oh, looking at them. Ants. Not even looking at them, my light's turned off. I don't know why I never noticed in the first one that the flashlight was also the vacuum. I think it was a new thing for Dark Moon. Fun. Yeah, you gotta get a window when they're doing. Come on, guys. A professional speedrun, don't you know? Come on. I'm glad streaming's still working over here. I opted for the faster internet, which I guess you only really makes a difference if you're doing Ethernet. I am now. Yeah, the tech I got yesterday was on top of stuff. It seemed like he was the one that doesn't slouch around. Good, because I really wanted my internet up and working. It only worked for a little bit on Friday before it crapped out. This is gonna be my first time experiencing daylight savings. Even though now your clocks are digital and they do it for you, it's still interesting. Never had to deal with back in the day when you had to like, manually set the clock. Come on, guys. I'm on daylight savings here because you're taking forever. eventually they're gonna get rid of daylight savings. I don't farm anymore, and just not changing the hour make that much of a difference of us being able to get to and from work. Or is that gonna be too much like trying to change the metric system? I wouldn't think so. Again, everything. Come on, guys, jeez. What am I doing like this different from before? They're hard to scan. There they go. This is each other, is it not? Come on. The guy's just judging me, look at him. Okay. Better. Maybe he's just kind of disturbed by them, but they're just dancing more. Looking at me. Come on. These guys never taking me this long. No, you're just supposed to, like, something like turn around and get to them when they appear. For whatever reason, that's not working. I wanted to not stream too late because I opted for an apartment that was a little bit further from work than the others out here. Because you like it? I mean, this isn't permanent. Nice place. My goal is to be able to, once this is done, instead of just moving back home, be able to just do the move to California. Which I guess I'd have to stop by home to get some stuff, but a good way to do that would be get this job at Amazon in San Diego, which I know, like, when you hear that, it's like, oh no, I don't work for them, it sucks. It's like, yeah, it sucks when you're in the warehouse, which would be something I'm very oh, Jesus Christ, that was bad. I'd be very happy about, but with the coding, it's better. That is terrible, ugh. Well, we gotta live with it, I can't just go back. Load it again. I just didn't think I actually had them, so I stopped doing it. Yeah, I failed interviews on that twice now. I'm hoping the third time's the charm. Otherwise, I mean, the company I'm with is good now, but that's just like one last software engineering job before going into film, and I would meet California. And then the move to LA would only be like 2-ish hours instead of... Come on, guys. Imagine if, like, the editing YouTube group community, like, they moved to California too. Yeah, it's, I don't think anything that could get you copyright notice it. But they're funny, though. We need people out there making... Seriously, guys, I got you once and then thought I wasn't gonna get it. Come on, guys, I'm gonna kill you even though you're ghosts. Going forever. Getting too close to their business? Like, this has never been this bad for me. Fucking Morse code. Is Morse code like the deaf equivalent of Braille? I guess if it's by sound, no, but if it's just through the lights. Come on. Oh, gold bar. That makes up for my poor performance. I don't know what's going on here. I have to go farther away from them. We could have gotten them already. My like opposite of Chris, I didn't have them. All right, finally. That's just embarrassing. I'll document it forever. Shame until my dying breath. I thought I like to say until the day I die, which could imply that once that day is here and then you stop doing whatever you were saying until the day you die. They really mean until the exact moment I'm dead. Wake up, be like, uh-oh, I don't feel the shame anymore. Die. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Light off. Never remember how long it took me to realize, oh, press this button in the mirror. Again, that would have been the time before I even knew about GameFAQs. The earliest I knew about GameFAQs was when I was stuck on the waterfall boss. Donkey Kong Country 3 on the Game Boy Advance. GameStop person said, or maybe it was EB Games at the time. I didn't know until recently that EB Games is just Canadian GameStop, so it's interesting that we even had some here. Now they're just all GameStops. Yeah, it's and like I was gonna buy the player's guide and see on GameFAQs, like, oh, what's that? Using the internet to search, because I never would have thought of that. Searching the internet for answers. Disgusting. It's gonna be a lot shorter if you didn't lose. I guess that means King Boo trapped Mario before he got stuck in here? Or what if Mario's just chilling somewhere and then they get out and then he... More buttons, always press buttons, nothing can go... Well, it's kind of like, it was reminding me of something, it's like, oh, it reminds me of like the fortune tellers making elementary school out of paper. Luigi's finally here. But we did to your brother. Oh, they did. Yeah, they do already do. Only worse. But what's worse than putting them in a pain? I don't think that's spoiling it for anybody at this point. What would be worse than doing that and then facing the painting? Putting it in a shredder might be overkill. Definitely be worse. I know, I let them all escape. Luigi, damn you. Why didn't you tell me not to press the buttons in there? Plenty of opportunity. You're not gonna eat the man. I wasn't worried about them doing that until you said it. Travel in numbers. You definitely need like most of the... I can't remember if you need like, whatever to finally get to... I do remember now that 49 out of 50 doesn't mean King Boo's number 50. 50 small boos. One of these days, Luigi's gonna accidentally punch the person he's talking to. And that Game Boy Horror's gonna hit him like a brick. Careful, Luigi. I'll probably do a 64 on the Switch stream at this point, but I still need to finish up the DLC characters in Smash, I think. I don't remember the last one I did. Probably Benjagamin. Before him that I got in there too. I haven't done Sora yet. Which, I don't... Well, my number one would have been Waluigi, but I already knew he wasn't getting in. So after that, I don't know what my number one would have been. But I'm just glad that Sora meant Nintendo was listening to... Like, okay, it was not a letdown of a final character. Main thing. Technically, Mario's one of those series where it's like, oh, another Mario character, so exception for that. But if it was any other character from a series that already has a ton of representation, it'd be kind of like, add another one. Like, if it was Donkey Kong, I would have been happy because they only have 3. I guess, like, yeah, Donkey Kong count as Mario, but it's offshoot. Actually, Mario would be the offshoot of Donkey Kong. Oh yeah, these guys get, like, crazy amount of health on them. Go to the areas we were done. If they're like much, that's for sure. Filthy sinners.
Oyama, Hey, Ui,
Sure.
Yamamba.
My other monitors clip on a desk, and this desk isn't equipped for them to be able to clip on here. I only have, like, I'll still only have one monitor when the other one gets here. But in the picture, it showed it being used as, like, 4 regular-sized monitors, so
Yabo yabo.
if this works as one monitor... Well, yeah, because this one's big, too. This one's, I think, but not.
Yamamba.
But it'll be manageable having that be the one monitor, especially when on console. Really, I only had to bring the one monitor. And I could have not cracked it either. Ideal.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Pen pen odo. Ma poe.
Well, I totally just
Yamamba.
threw away that gold on that dancing couple.
Mario?
One thing I didn't know until I don't know how recently, was that, like, the Mario scream that Luigi does is when he's lower on health.
Mario!
Thought it was just random. Run. Kind of like Double D's run on Ed, Ed, and Eddie. That would be the one he'd beat.
Mario!
Eddie. I can read here, but I don't want to be. Already have people comparing us to Mario all the time. There'd be more than one booby trap. Hey, don't do that to my money. You can hurt me all you want, but don't hurt my money. Don't go into a room I can't get. Go over here. Hopefully. Yep. Nice.
Yabo yabo. Ho ho.
Fire, Luigi. Yeah, the event.
Yamamba.
There he is. Be delicious. That one was a 50, like 30. Nice.
Pen pen. Hey, Su.
Luigi's only scared when there's imminent danger. You'd like think he'd be scared the entire time here. Lights on.
Soiso. Ottoma.
Feller.
Sitbo.
Washroom. Green. Oh, Mario, would you be saying that to me? Yeah, I do have a ROM hack of this installed, which the only difference is Luigi's skin to be Mario, and it's Mario's mansion. But you're still looking for Mario, I think. Since April's like halfway Halloween, this an April Fool's stream could be in Mario's mansion. That'd be something. There's Christmas in July. Why isn't there like Halloween in May? Like June would be the 6-month sweet spot point for Christmas. June, but they don't do that usually. So I guess okay, October, Halloween in May. Why not? I did do the baby's room. This counts as 2 rooms, doesn't it? And then the one where you freed all the booze. Dingus. Oh, here. Oh, a beat.
Oh yeah.
La la. 60s now, huh? He's 60. Hopefully these don't go away while he's spinning his thing. Looks like they paused.
Pen pen odo.
There's no stopping me. Made me too powerful.
Yamamba.
Mario!
You can do the yell while vacuuming.
Mario!
I like that.
Mario!
Okay, game over on the boot there. front like that. Yeah, that's not a U, that's a ball. So bathed. Boxes. Top ones. So I found Game Boo Advance before Game Boo? Oh, come back here. Oh, he's still in there. Well, active like you. Oh, he went in the hall. I don't want him to go into that room, we can't get in there yet. Take enough time to get in here, you can hide again. Alright, there we go, 8 out of 50, we're on a roll.
Luigi,
We always rack them up fast at first, because you already have a few rooms unlocked. Not in a mini. On the health there. Not them damaging. Bit of hearts. I don't know if the butler hurts you. Let's see. This room's unlocked. No Boo in here. Heart. TV room always. Mean to. And don't worry about it as I salt your face. It's a key. If it is a key, you do need to worry about it. The bathrooms just never have one? Want that? I didn't want that. Ah, Toad's making me tiny husband. Well, this wasn't a waste though, because we have Madame Clairvoya. Now, if they could all just be like her, it'd be a lot simpler. A lot faster than you everything. I say, and then forget to press A to talk. Yeah, I always thought that eye in her handkerchief was like a mouth. Or like the handkerchief itself was a mouth. Okay, the future. Vibrations in my... I have my clothes that are like Mario's. Look at those and know. Why do you need objects? Art again? Nice. Give me. They all like to choke me. I don't want them doing that. I don't even know them that well. Trust. Stranger. Gotcha. That noise though. Make up for them trying to strangle me though. Violent. Although I guess Luigi has died. Castlevania. The castle from Castlevania. But worse has been done to him. you, huh? Well, I get a heart at least. Every time that gets inflatable. Something gets you every time. There we go. Fire and water in the same area. Well, you know, they call them area. Yeah, every single time I do something, he wants to chat.
すぐすぐヤマンバ発砲チャッチャチャッ
Other inventors don't want to work with them.
にうまく
How do you
すぐすぐヤボヤボ
wants to fire itself if you
の
will.
じびがりおやおいどろすくすくおいどろへいへいのじびがりそいそうすくすく
And the juice right now is reminding me how to spell vacuum.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Elemental. Here.
Mario.
Again. Chandelier. Now he's moving about. Oh, Mario. Boo. Not so tough. But I didn't look stupid. He didn't take any damage off me.
ルイージ
Now that I said that, he's gonna get me.
ヤマンバ
Elder rule. Item you just got. Monkey.
Mario.
Now we can get the butler. Ask Jeeves. There we go. Well, why do you have a candlestick if you don't like fire? Far ahead of him, but Now, so far the dancing couples get trouble. Ghost again here. Get the first item though. It's technically them all to her at once. Yeah, it's the Mario 64%. Put away from it. Oh,
Oh yeah.
other stuff. Oh, more choking ghosts. Get away. Probably a spicy choking, like a chili pepper. Right. They all have the shape of it. Oh no, a choking ghost. Gale one, he's the one that choked them the most. Best tonight.
Oh yeah.
Try not to reveal the ghost one. Get out of here. Don't actually get out of the room. Get in my vacuum.
ルイージ
He already gone. Left. Never noticed on my own. Not bats. Hearts are always good. I can't actually vacuum them up because I used to think you couldn't. I want to save the fire so I have to go out and get more. Some of these are mud. Oh. Nothing? Nothing sometime. Pick. I guess, yeah, that health isn't too low, but he's still... Animals, nothing happened yet.
Mario!
Right. Not the... Didn't do anything.
Oh yeah.
On Mario, yeah. But
Mario? Oh
I
yeah.
don't get the chest. That one, and then vacuum up the rest. Definitely, I would have missed this boo as a kid.
Mario!
What's this? There we go, right? Now it's a bomb. Where'd you go?
Mario!
There we go. Dumb boo. That room's dark, you keep it hiding in there. We're a fifth of the way there.
すくすくやぼやぼ
Save the game.
ヤマン
We gotta go to the butler again. There.
Hmm?
I'll just give her all the items at once. Gives you more hints about what's going on with Mario, doesn't really... Use it again. That's... Can you still use it as... By the time I knew about it, it was already, like... It's been the standard for a long time. I am, I think. There you go. Yeah, I guess, yeah, I thought he always was already in there, but maybe I never took the room he was in. I guess you can go in there right away. Well, you still... Don't take it forever, you're the one that can fly. Oh. I thought it was a water one, I don't have water yet. I could have gotten the fire from here. Then that mouse isn't getting my way, but now there's another one. As a wimp, you can't lose to him. There we go. guy really was a victim. Dancers were taunting you, so they're not innocent in all this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was like right in front of it and it didn't do it. Gummy head Luigi gonna go now. Oh, the piano room.
Mario. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
There we go. But that's a very apt name for these. Don't go into that room. I mean, it's not that much trouble to go into the mouse hole, but I'd rather save the time.
チャチャチャチャヤマンバ
Mario.
Oh, you can save so often, just, I always forget save. Yeah, you can burn these doors, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, forgot you could do that still. I was trying to knock on the wall, and it was like, wait a minute. Non-existent door can still get you. Maybe its humming gets more scared. Oh. Game. Think of jiggle physics. Being more chestular, but you got them nose jiggle physics.
Oh yeah.
Although him calling for Mario could be
Oh yeah.
vocals.
Mario. Oh yeah.
Miss Melody, people have called me the spectral beauty of the ivory key. Oh, ivory is black, wait, ivory, wait, ebony and ivory, so ivory is the white, okay. Like, either way, half of the keys are being left out of that stuff. And ivory. No Sonata? Free Hyundai Sonata? Never had a Hyundai, only one and one Honda. Luigi was in that game, I think you would know.
Yes.
Oh, how can I get punished? Oh, so she thinks that battling the music sheets is like a nice reward. I think maybe they would have named Medley from Wind Waker Melody. I guess both work.
Yeah.
And I guess this is less than half health, so maybe that's all it takes. Is that Nigel Thornberry ghost playing trumpet there? Hmm. Most of these are in the booby trap. I'm the real booby. You can hide in all of them and warp around, keep hiding in different ones.
Oh yeah.
I'm forced to play all the instruments.
Mario.
I'm even seeing it turn red, I'm just playing them all anyway. Why wouldn't you hide in the piano?
Yeah.
Now you are in here? Pretty clever. Go somewhere that I already think is not gonna be. Kinda funny, like, Gotcha is all timid, even though that'll. Gotcha.
ヤマンバ
Luigi ASMR.
Hmm?
Sorry. Tempted to go to the baby part, but he's out of the way. Hey, heart's not big. Well, I'll just let him mind his own business. I don't remember how many of these guys there are, but I know that I know there's one in the basement. Tablecloth out here. He's a magician. Okay, I like candles for. Really getting rid of his food doing him a favor. This guy buying another. Oh, they do have a meter on. I thought they just had 0. Guys are enablers. Servants. I guess that's kind of the definition of do whatever you say. What? Don't go away right away. I forgot I didn't have dinner yet. I was gonna have dinner after this. Only 7:30, but still. We were renting furniture while we're here. Went with Package House kitchen stuff to try and make myself cook more. Haven't done that, but I did make a sandwich today, which I consider pretty good. Sandwich and a bagel. Yeah, it was pretty. Reminds me, I need to submit for the allowance from when I was in the hotel. I think I did forget one. I think I forgot my granola bars in the hotel. It's always something you forget. Oh yeah, I guess did I get both of them now? So I can just. Or he'll finish it himself, and then they're. Wait. Heartburn. I feel like it's been faster. Looks like it's getting in here now. Not just the air. Not all day, sir. You should be able to eat faster than all night. If lighting these again is helpful. Oh, I guess I didn't take damage there, I wasn't sure. There we go. He does have heartburn, he's eating too much. I mean, that's impressive that even happened to you as a ghost. Yeah, does this say in the game that he died from too much? Good, right? Or indulge in anything. Actually, stamina's not so bad. It doesn't seem as big when you're backing around up. I think you just had to always rotate the control stick. Well, against him. That still got me. Can't vacuum when it's like that, which I didn't remember. Or dock on stuff. Okay, next. Nice comparison that way. Want this to go away, this diamond. Yes, SNES sprite Luigi. On me. There we go. We'll go. Oh, he's still in here though. I thought they hit again after the start. Where is this? Out in the hall? someone else in here now? I thought he had here or in this room.
Oh yeah.
There's something going on in here. If that door was real, then we could have done it that way. Yeah, it is bodacious. Time to hide again. Won't this time. Just accept your fate. And there's somebody in here again? Oh, okay, it was him. I thought it was gonna all the way in the vacuum. Okay, now we go back into Mr. Plug's spray who we up in there. Or was bodacious one? Alright, never mind. Like, that means there's something with money, but where is he? You don't have to turn the flashlight off first. In there, that light hits. Starts sucking. Look. Vacuum needle. Vacuum all that up. It's too strong. I think I used to just produce fire on them until their health went all the way down. This looks like a giant heat chest, but I don't mean to do that. Yeah, but you see those medallions, even if you're not sure what they are. You can actually see the blue light on the thing there, but it should be yellow. You telling me to stay hydrated? You slyly has fine properties. Again. Go. And 15 out of 50. Okay. There we go. Never thought to do this as a kid. You do anything each time, or not until the end? Some more water, good. Water dish? You have to wait for the bones guy to come. Supposed to play. Read the sign by scanning it, but if I try that, he's gonna bite my leg. Should have stayed under there. This guy's more than okay. Why does Luigi gotta take the dog too? They all belong in paintings. He doesn't care what they are. He's gonna do his job. It's a baby or a dog. Better. Not really a hint, because the dog would just... Other one, like, I'm trying to, like, remember some of the ones that I never knew until I watched it, like... That was one of them. Besides out here, I was wondering if you... Get some health. one and that one go away and then get... Getting the whole tired. Come on, man. Yeah. One more after this. Might be a big heart available somewhere. Reminds me of a Ghostbusters map. Remember, like, people I met off of like Steven's website tried getting some on there. It was glitching out for me, not giving me some that I was getting. That was cool. That was the worst thing that ever happened to anybody ever. So, yeah, you're the boss. This group. Quagmire. Well, we weren't on a Sunday. Maybe I could have started this later, primetime streaming hours, but I don't know what the sweet spot is. Most people are. But people also are in different time zones. Ah, stupid thing. I'm gone if it wasn't for this meddling harball guy. Where are you? Alright, 2 silvers on the bosses so far, 2 per... Okay, now we can see what really happened to Mario. Definitely gonna be longer than the last area took us. Don't worry about it. And if you die, my stuff would be okay. Yeah, that was nearly an hour. The second area. Those dancers, man, they took on that time. What I've done. So is it just them and the boss that aren't gold? Once was. Dog was. Hey, is that in there? 5? I mean, 2 might count for 1 picture. Couple, so that was them. And the butler, and the eating ghost, and the dog, and then the boss. So that's like 5 total paintings. Bronze? Oh, are they gold? I guess it still counted because I only got like 1 thing off of them the first time. That's cool. What do you get for getting all gold, Eddie? She's gold, I forgot about her. I don't know why he's bronze if I got him in 2. Thought that would be silver, huh? It would have been in 1 go. That stupid car guy wasn't it? High score is 94 million. Oh, okay, so I guess that 5 million that was on there was what I had already. I thought when we started the game. What if I just go to the regular mansion? Outside's not gonna have any booze. Ah, speaking of booze, I got, Sprite and cranberry mics to have. Still enough stream left. any alcohol since I left for St. Louis, which is not the worst thing. My tradition is to have something with this. Be right back. That reminded me, I need to get a recycling. Yeah. Probably heard it rolling. This room has a barn-style door where it slides, like to get into the bedroom, and I thought that was cool. One thing about this apartment was that it took last week Saturday, our agent here showed us apartments, and this one we couldn't get into. Then we came back later and still couldn't get in. And she said she could show me on Monday. My the guy who came here with me didn't see again. He's another one. And I liked that one too. I thought, well, I want to see this other one just in case, and this ended up being the one I really liked. Again, further from work than that other one, but it's more incentive to actually get up with my alarm. So I'm just trying to get off work at a decent hour. Yeah, we've been going in the office, which, I mean, we're gonna have to do that, or it's pointless that we even came out here. At some point we might do some days from home, because I know people there, they're not always in the office. They have, like, actual lab equipment here. Why they're not always able to just stay home. They also, like, there's also, like, in Puget Sound in Washington. They could have sent us there. I like Seattle a lot. I don't know how close that is to that, though. St. Louis is, like, the main office we... I'd never gotten to see it before, so... I'd seen New Mexico once driving through to Colorado, and my dad took us on a trip. But I hadn't seen Texas or Oklahoma. Didn't even get out of the car in Texas, just drove through. Stopped in Oklahoma. If you called Mario, he would know.
Mario! Mario!
Did.
Mario!
Yeah, it's just a friend said, hey, look around if you do that, but it was like one of those things where a kid says something in a game that's not... You actually have to get this guy, that's right. And why did I not have the lights off? Speaking of... I used to think, like, man, no way would I ever stream Five Nights at Freddy's, but maybe the first one. Don't hold me to that. They eventually get way more creepy after that. I noticed, like, that and Doki Doki Literature Club are on the next-gen systems. Like, man, way to go, guys. Like, that's really something. You know a game's popular when that happens. I was thinking they should make a game together, because they would have, like, the creepy, sad, and horror all wrapped into the one. Master that. Man, there's gonna be a Five Nights at Freddy's movie, but is it gonna be good? Or is it gonna change to like what I worry about with the Mario Brothers movie? What's that going to
Oh yeah. Mario.
One thing that's good about the cast from that being known is people making like videos about it, like especially like Jack Black sound clips on Bowser and weird singing. Man, funny. I want to see him do the drive-through one now.
Oh yeah.
Junior in the car seat trying to order 4 nuggets. It's funny. It's like someone. One of them was just Mario going into the first Bowser fight in Mario 64, and then when he gets there, it's the Jack Black clips from Inward Singing, where he's all mad. I think that can be disturbing, but I do love it for stuff like that. I have to hit him a few times.
Mario. Mario.
How heavy are these? And they are pretty heavy, huh?
Mario. Mario.
Get this guy. This, like, whenever I knew about Futurama when I was damn it, when I was playing this, he always reminded me of Matt Brannigan.
Mario. Yes.
West is probably like one of the greatest voice actors. Also. And we're not gonna get the gold on this dude. Yeah, the key in here is from somewhere else. You are? That Beauregard, now we're in the hundreds. Not gonna go outside there, right? Yeah, boot tapping is a thing, but... Ow! So close. Go out and get them there in the hall. Lug should have been, he could have, I guess he's already dead, but still, like, what if you can die as a ghost? Or ghost. Save him from that.
Oh yeah.
Be in here?
Yeah.
Not even 8 yet, I was thinking it was getting after 8.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that was the boot trap. Was
Mario?
It was a good stream to get back into streaming after gone to travel. Thought I did. Well, that reminds me, I need to water that flower, though. He's like, yeah, he has 2 left. I can look at you. Not my ASMR drinking, but all part of the experience. I used to, like, mute drink, and there was one time I didn't talk for like 10 minutes. Someone hadn't been in chat. I don't know how long I would have gone after that. Realized that. It's funny, like, people, like in Let's Plays, in the comment section, people complain about hearing them eating, which, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not like that's awesome to hear, but it's sad about it. It just kind of makes it funnier that people complain. Thing. Need flour. Brown. There we go. Tim gave us a shortcut to the ice. This was a game that I rented and then eventually bought. Well, I mean, I was a kid, my parents bought it. So was Wind Waker. I've already told this story, but I remember, I guess I was must have been pretty little, because I had, rented Wind Waker before, and I wanted to rent it again, didn't remember what it was called. So I ended up renting Ocarina of Time, thinking maybe it was that, and that's not even the same system. But had enough water anyway, I think. Forgot about the... How do I forget about the anything in this game, but also how do I forget about the upside downs? So the Pokemon won't be terrible to stream with the janky monster. I mean, this isn't. That won't be, because I'm looking at this screen. First. Why isn't this a Universal Studios thing? Nintendo Land thing? Now that exists. Was there ever Nintendo Universal? Now they're gonna feel like Disney Plus taking things off Netflix, if that's a thing. On a Nintendo World. Which there is gonna be one here. I don't remember if it was like West California. I guess California is not for me, because well, right now I'm in the Midwest, normally on the West Coast.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't realize just how close St. Louis was to Chicago, I mean just to Illinois. When I came out here, it's like, wow. Maps said that one of the nearer cities was like 15 minutes from here. And then, even though I'd been to Chicago before, I didn't realize how close that was to Indiana. It's like, oh man, if it was
Mario.
on the west part of Illinois, I could drive there. So. My parents come out in my home. Chicago. Yeah, twice. Cool. I don't know, I like it there. It like reminded me of New York, but with more room to walk around. With already mentioned that. I don't know. When you do these, kind of fill the non-talking gaps. Probably say the same. Yeah, it's like it reminded me of New York, but with like actually more room. Actually, sidewalks that exist. It's Nana's room. I didn't know I could go in here. Thought it was locked. It wasn't locked. I think you can really run anywhere. They're all unlocked. Oh, there's the bath lady. Oh yeah, that optical illusion. Now I have the ice, but I'm gonna get him. Maybe then there'll be. That's right. Oh yeah, those red guys. Still remember. I was watching a guy do his yearly Luigi's Mansion stream. Hadn't gotten any game overs, but then on the way to King Boo, one of those red things gave him one. Yeah, that poster's there now. I was remembering that earlier, it wasn't there. How much trouble is this ghost gonna get? Go in here. Dude, I don't have time for this. Just show yourself. Oh, we finally lost one. Can't get in. Went back in the piano room.
Mario.
Yeah, oh. Well, this isn't the piano room. Where's piano? I'm all turned around now. I might actually be damage. Nice bounces. Aw, shit. Over. Water from there, and I was like, I should a heart.
Luigi. Yabo yabo.
I don't know if we've had a no game over run yet. Boo is one. Oh, I don't know if I saved on the ice. I don't think you saved. Jim. Oh, the piano's downstairs. I was probably upstairs. Oh, no water. That's why it was named. We'll have water to this ghost, is it? Take that. Here we go. Maybe we'll take it up by not dying on these bosses. Damage? Yeah, it does. Get out of here. And it's like when the Italians first came to New York. I don't have the ice yet. Get the ice. Dang boo.
Mario.
Yeah, you gotta wait for it. Why is it satisfying when, oh good, we've got him. When, like you use a pan on the stove and then you spray it with water from the sink to cool it off faster. It sizzles. Sizzle and satisfying are similar. Well, they're the first starting letter. Why do I say something? I just like drone like a madman. And that got me. A lot of plates. There. This. Hopefully get the boot. Save. You can do it from the beginning. Off of there. Gotta get back up there.
Luigi and Pen. Seiru Veggie.
By now, Luigi, catch on that that's.
Umaka, ui, soito, sike, sike. Nojibigagi, oya, oya, oyama, hey, hey, ui. Luigi, ui.
Sorry, Halloween 2021. We started this in Halloween 2019. Oh, a here that we missed. That last time. Did do this lap. Oh. Again. Hides where he already wasn't. Only at 50? Wait, Bojangles, I thought we already been before. Ah, no. Maybe I was remembering him from here.
Oidoro. Yamamba.
Did I say no? Well, maybe the bathroom will have one. Nice stick. Yeah, Luigi's just kind of a dick sometimes. It's like, that's just how these games are, they let you be a dick. Like, especially in Paper Mario, you can get, damn it, the dick. In the second level. Wasn't fat shaming to sheep. Bugs. No blue in there. Anna. All of her yarn balls? Antelope this. Yeah, she has laser. Oh, Luigi's just yarn. Pretty sturdy old lady that can take 3 of those. I need to get her and get that blue saved. Or I will after that. Roll.
Mario.
There we go.
Yahoo!
What's on the second floor? Limburger. Limburger, right? But wiggling that stick actually helped. Actually sounds dirty, wiggling that stick.
おや、うまかうい、そいとう、しけしけ。
Van Gogh. Oh yeah, I think he's actually the one painting the ghosts that aren't portrait ghosts.
ヤマンバ
Or I believe Van Gogh was Van Gogh, isn't he the one that cut off his ear? Cut off his ear? That was him, right? That is Van. I was here ready to look for the boo again, but he was. Art. No. 2 more hits. Fire for the. For heart though. Also have. So I have 1 for there and 1. Oh, but this is Quinn's room. Ah, Jesus, not these. Oh, I don't want to hit that. There's fire. Nope. Nope. There we go. Maybe only some candles have it, but that one is.
Oh.
I'll get these guys first and go try to punch you. Probably more orange and pink to come out. come back. Well, he already came back. Why don't you hurt me, Ghost? There we go. I remember this room being trouble. Not a good combination of calling out a choky Ghost. I guess these guys will try to hurt you. The yellow chili pepper ghost go? There he is. There's only one left now, we can't just hide. Seemed like he was the... Secondly, didn't know until...
Oh yeah.
Pass him on.
Mario.
Deadly one. I haven't seen a double booby trap yet. Come back here. Game. I mean the game he's playing, not the game he's playing. This game, Luigi's Mansion, is a spell game. The game that Boo is playing is not. Oh, there you are. Too much going on, too much stimuli. Here you go. That's where I have to use. I don't know, let's just go in here. Heart in here. Any heart, but a heart.
Mario.
Walk on it at first. Might as well listen. Ah, that's totally off. NB1. One try. Better? Closer? Warmer? Left. Left. Or to... Man, too much to the right now. What we were normally doing. That's as close as we got. Ah, damn it. Left more. That should do it. Oh, barely. You did that on the right side, too. Ah, man, how many times is this gonna be? Is that 10 already? Like it. You could just keep it aimed where it was before, it'd be easier, but whoever it was to get this in there. That should do it. There we go. Destroy the move. Eyes are in chaos. We're good. That will find Mario. Lucky Charms Marshmallow all the way. I already forget it. Contacts you. Item of the moment. I don't think he does. the hat, the letter, and that. Here will be in the twins' room. A glove. His heart's back. Hugo. Maybe he went. A room like foyer or something. Foyer. Oh, this way, like that room's locked. Up here. Locked. Oh, that's taking my help. Don't let me. Arm bomb. Not this one. I'll save since Code's here. Need the dude. One boo might have ended up. Extra. And
Mario.
F again. I get this. Amateur, I think. Like he's in.
Mario.
Funnel. Seems not as familiar, but obviously you don't start at like the number of health that doesn't end in a 0.
Ni, umaka, suku suku, yabo yabo. Yaman ba.
I think one ended up in here, but we're here already. Here, because we'll go upstairs anyway.
Mario.
I just think there's a heart in there. Baby's room. Chauncey? Children. I think that might also have one. Bring the property to ghost in here.
Oh yeah.
There's one here. And I remember it. Like, well, I think the mobile is them. Ghosts. You say he always wanted one of these as a kid? Yeah, or just, you know, he always has. Angle this. What? Look at this. The air, it spits fire. always vacuum. But, couple all over again. Double go. Trouble. Just one spot you can stand and do this. Spinning stuff. Standing. Come on, I'm tired of this. Come on. There we go. I don't know what was different. Looked like the real father is the gym guy. I wonder if that's intentional.
Mario.
Make easy with you, no matter what.
Mario. Oh yeah.
As a kid, I just guessed. Had to keep guessing. Yeah, even if you don't guess. I mean, even if you do guess. Still hey man, how do you get these? That's him in one go. I don't think that was gold. Or maybe it does only make you get one of them in one go. For one and one for... Yeah, it's a chest where Mario's glove is.
Oh yeah.
But you're right, his shoe is here. Where's the glove though? Oh, it's somewhere. Smells like Mario's...
Mario.
Mario doodle him as...
Oh yeah. Mario.
This... Well, I guess this joke there is Boris. He's supposed to be a certain someone because he's talking the accent. Accent names from... There we go. Funny now, huh? 2050, that's gonna be a year where I'm old. Well, actually, I won't be that old. I'll be the age my parents are now, and that doesn't seem that old. They're that age. I'll be as healthy then they are now.
Mario.
That wasn't a key, but I have a key. One F. One F, please. Very relaxing. This guy. billiards room in the third game, huh?
Yeah.
Ow. Hit him. Damn it. Did get him. Huh.
Yeah.
Say about chess. He's wanted a train set and a chessboard. Get either of them. Probably like Hey Arnold, where they liked the one daughter more. Wanted to pay for Mario's piano lessons. Might want to get before we try the fan. Twice yet? Your ball. Another timer, guys, just trying to have fun, and Luigi steps in. Although he was hitting me with his billiard balls, so I took that as an act of aggression. Responded appropriately.
Mario? Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe Big Pearl is only... That might be it. You only get the big one if you get it in one. It would suck. Laugh at me, boo. Not here for you yet. And first. Gotta be something, right? Oh, okay. What wrong? Health's not as impressive as others at this point. Dead. Yeah, he has to go here before another room, right? Oh, he went in here. Or in the room above here. Knock on him. Staring. Does. They didn't have time to hide, huh? For the creative direction to take Luigi's own games, huh? Just think that.
Luigi. Oui.
What if imagine if all we ever got for like a specific game?
Yaman ba.
Luigi Bros. Or if Miyamoto at first didn't like this idea. They won him over. Or he just always thought it. Options. Okay, we're going down here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Here. Already gotten him. Never seen Ghost. Oops, he's here. Say it out loud that he got him. Yeah, there you go. Gotta turn out. Come on, no, come out here. It's not one, it's another. Only one left. Why do we hear those like shy guys? Oh man. They actually show up after these? I feel like I was hearing them. Really don't feel like being focused on any night, no matter if it's Halloween. Oh, okay, that worked for not getting choked. Good. There we go. That's the other Mario item. It's a little sweaty. Well, I mean... stuff he does when he's not in a scary mansion. Here, yeah. Into halfway. Oh yeah, I don't know if I always forget, but I forgot that blue losses counts for like... and it's a good amount. I'm probably only more than that. I think we got every from the room. I don't think any one of them fled somewhere we couldn't. It's possible to not get her in one go. I don't know if she dropped poison mushroom or not. Yeah, but this one of the living. That's Mario. Or is it Mario Lopez? Only other Mario I know. Oh no, there's like Mario Batali the chef. Not this. Mario. Mario lives. Oh, where do you cheat a thing that L or that was this one? You might not be able not in the spirit world. Mario shoe. No, or is it 10,000 miles? Something probably locked that much more. Every time she says good. Painting. Man, we saw that already. It was something, already would have seen him when we got the shoe, unless you get the key from that ghost and don't look at Mark. Otherwise, you painting. Ooze. I think Luigi definitely won. I guess maybe he didn't when he came to look for Mario. That was you first. Brown USD, which I guess not all ghosts have to know. All ghosts. Royalty. You. Why wasn't he visible if he had that? Like a keychain. Brother Mario, a prize for you. Sorry for your prize. Ebbs away. Can be useless to me. Vacuum. Squashed it. Turn, I see. There we go. Bowser. About that image of Mario is his internet Bowser history. Bowser's all here. That kid me skipping through dialogue too fast. Didn't realize that she wanted to go in the vacuum. I thought she was just gonna fight you now. Why does she want to be in the painting? Crampton though. always where we needed the key.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mario.
I'm Luigi, I mean... Bad enough people care more about Mario without people taking my identity. Luigi, my boy. Close to halfway before. Fun boss. Basement. There is a blue boo. Around here. Forget about that tablecloth, we already got him out. Well, every blue one we found, we've gotten. I think every gold mouse, too. Or even open.
Mario.
I think it was. Here. Attic. Out of here. Oh. Alright, we missed one. Thank you, ghosts. So great of you. Oh, what, again? I want the mouse, Jesus Christ. Got another shot. Damn! I thought the mouse was a one-time thing, and if you missed him. Second one now? Restaurant. Not dying. About Luigi dying is that he can go through the walls and get there faster. It's what health I have, I guess, whenever. He doesn't like bugs. I won't stand for it. We'll stand on it. Ice for him. I only know of the one. Bridge would have. Luigi, don't stop, just keep going. Nice. Won't stand for it, Luigi. Go and kill whoever. Again, or I guess not again, a different one. The glute. One of those that doesn't. Pretty sure they exist outside of it. Big heart. I want a shockwave, I don't want to get this guy. Okay, get in here. Here we go. I held off on that until we get all these guys. But I see as I almost get slipped on that. Slipped on. Fun. So we're almost at half before he lost this. I think we've gotten all the ones we can before him. Close to half, you think half before him. Bombs? Lost sheep. Can we just get you in here? Yeah, this rotating does help. Ah. Right before the boss. Boss just doesn't like to give trouble though. I think he probably likes to give everybody's. Or we got this though. Damn, Gore is in here.
Mario.
Crazy here. How many is that? Going in a circle, it's hard to count. It might be actually, maybe it is. Not just. Yeah, I think it's. If I counted correctly, I think I. Yes. The thumbnails different each year. Ooh, this is a good one. Oh, Luigi knows he is dead right now, seeing all this stuff. Yeah, did they even record a line for falling for him in Mario 64 DS, or did they just use this clip? You know, like in the new Mario Tennis, they just used Luigi, like Mario saying Luigi from Superstar Saga. Like they couldn't just re-record it. Damn it, get away from bosses. I'm not ready. It's not so hard to get him when he's not as many. Or when he is many, I guess. See? So that was either 4 or 5 right there. 7 or 8. And we'll know in the final count. Need 4 going into this. And again, the internet makes how many? I think when I press it all the way down, it just does the air. I didn't remember. It's already harder. Still some of them left. Damn, they're already hard again. Or for the, I guess like that, and they weren't hard before them. I don't know. Might be two. No. Yeah, they flee when you have that out. branch the vacuum. 5 left? That was an elemental, I thought it was one. I don't need one. I have 3 of them left. Yep. Alright. Gets harder. Better at fleeing. And hitting me, apparently. Only 2. Guess there's only 1 left. How can you even be a Blue Lossus? Oh. You know it with 2. And I guess there is 2 to become a bigger boo. 3rd one. Well, you left. Oh, I got him. Blue lost his death this go around. Yep, it was 15. Cool. 3 grand. That means there's 5 fewer rooms to have to go into.
Luigi.
There's water for plant and the plants water. Yeah, you want to like get dandelions. That was it with particles and a diesel mare. That wasn't diesel like fuel. Tile now. About an hour again. Like we're averaging an hour on the second and third area. I want my fast. A little bit longer because I have to start over. I think we got past area 1 on the GameCube, and then it kept like the signal kept going away for a second, and we started over on the there. I didn't bring my GameCube. The only older system, quote unquote, that I brought was SNES. Transport. Not our best area. Hurry. Damn picture. Not close to the high score yet, but number 6. It's just the main boss key. Didn't start too early because now. Wait for
Mario!
missed that gold one because of these other ghosts. That was me accidentally using the vacuum, but it got dark. I wanted to get water. That's right. Water the plant, and then water the plants on the roof. Got it again. I thought I was using the vacuum. Put it away. There's water outside by the plant anyway. Going in the bathroom there. I don't want to hit the wall so much. kitchen actually have water. Got the water thing. Ice thing. Leaves this water running. Is he comment on that? Alright, I guess you care about waste. Why is it withered? I didn't mess this up, did I? I thought we did water it in the last area. Totally did. I have to come back? Like, happened last year. Area 2 and then Area 3. I watered it in both. There's no way we're gonna beat the high score now. That's like the best gem in the game. Sheesh. Not the best year for this. Huh. I thought it was like once per area.
Mario!
Or twice in area? I don't know what's going on in this world anymore. Either like, yeah, I mean, I thought if you skipped one, you just, damn, I know. Definitely did not skip. Third time I thought it. Why did I think it again? Vacuum up. Well, that sucks.
Mario!
Because I know it was hacked. Gems. I'll try to be fine. At a time when I can't. Anything. On the left. Oh, okay. That was everything. I didn't grab this yet. I haven't looked at the door in less than that. Gold bar that looked like butter. Found it. Power goes out. No, where's my gold bar? That power taken care of, because this is going to be our whole night. I'll address that. Those blue ones do exist. I'm trying these. Oh man. Birdo. I'm gonna try and get that heart in the chest. This was already dark. Here was light. Time when he stops in fear. There's a ghost that. On. I want to get him first. Only optional ghost. Anything special, but they're just here because the lights are off. It stops every time. I mean, it is startling. And they won't find you. Can't leave you alone. Inslee. Banana one. That's a key, then I think he is an option. Maybe you're not able to turn the power on until F. Oh, that's a key to turn the power on, so yeah, you do. Like, that wasn't locked before. Maybe when I turn around then, get him. Power turned on, gee. Could've looked in the mirror. Let's go. Guess it wasn't something to flip the switch, it was lightning. But the switch is flipped from what? He's strong, I thought that would take hands. There, right? Oh, it was here. You interrupt my cleaning. You do. Either 40 or 45 you Base King group. Don't need all of them. That one mouse hole room I didn't know about as a kid. Nest. Aw, jeez, what? My light was on her. I have to go get that frickin'
Luigi. Yabo yabo.
get to save back on? Or we'll get the power to turned off again. Oh, that's a lot of fun. Here, that could get bathroom there. Three. Fun. No, we weren't even on, like, bosses, I don't think. First one wasn't. I know the second two were. Well, that means I didn't water these. Get them when we come back. Yeah, not that it matters. Or... You don't even have a high score, like, in, what was it, 100 millions yet? Close. 4 million.
やぼやぼやぼやぼそいそうん
I look up like dandelions and barnacles in a diesel marinade. Surprised I read that it would even show that that's a real thing, or it would just show this game. Yeah, what else is diesel besides, damn it, besides oil? Little birdo said. There's the doors right there. Hey dude, just one. Poor bathroom doesn't have a mirror. Didn't think of that. That took off some health, but there's health in the foyer. There. Well, there's the... a bunch of ghosts. This is how they get you. Stop. Way to bypass that. Oh, to help me save, unless there's one on the balcony still. Watch us fail at this, even though we got him in gold last time. Oh, nope, we got him. Didn't put up much of a fight. Why it's good to prey on the elderly. I was not on the balcony here. Might have been the only time I didn't think of ever playing this. Not in this room. It just sounds like noise that we have back. Day before this day. Health is hopefully not. Third time. As we fight and go. You're just trying to switch. Not even just basement floor. Oh wait a minute, we don't get the boo. I'm trying the boo. Didn't even notice there was. Oh, he was in there. Catch, like a booby trap. Trap door. It. Got a good amount of health on him. Big beef boy. What do we do? Testing. That one's cooperating. The other one's going away too soon. Activator that way, I didn't remember. Alright. health.
Yahoo!
Upstairs and here. Without dying. Chest. Oh, looks like I was dead anyway. This trick. He's only in the hundreds. Come on, he's only 100. I get that save. Get save. Oh, at 1. Both things are locked here. That's insane, man. 1 in way. That's 2 then. Total could have been 41 right now. Here. Save with Toad. I'm leaving no chance. So much in not leaving no chance. I'm sick. You want to knock on someone? I do want you to knock on. I want you to open a door. You knock on. Logic. Why your brothers go missing? Luke? For all you know, you have other brothers that you never found. That was me. I forget how long this takes to, especially when you die in 3 stuff. Have a heart in it again. I didn't get the water. I don't know. I guess I don't care now that other plant can't be watered anymore. Just have to look up and see if I went wrong because I tried to do of the game. Files.
Mario!
Jones, nice. Got that. Oh, they do show up. Right there. Western.
Oh yeah!
Money.
Oh yeah!
Crap, boo, but he might end up there as a diversion.
Oh yeah!
That only happens if he's probably gonna be where that was. an extra tricky one. Where did you go? Sir, where did you go? Damn it. You know, in this room.
Mario.
I get it. What the hell is this dude? What am I doing? Why is he not taking any off of this? Am I insane?
Mario.
Also, seriously, this isn't like. There we go. There's some. He still got away, but we got some off of him.
Mario.
Called the vacuum too early. That's a yeah. That's a other way.
Oh.
Oh man. Here's we'll finish this. We'll finish it before Halloween and next year. Go again.
Yeah. Mario.
I think. Mind up keys. What counts for there? Like, out of here. Your gold portrait. Oh man, close. He's almost gone. Red, be with you in a moment. Man, I was just getting up. Not one of those boos I'd have the more reason to save. Code. Hit you in one go and have that count for the gold. It's over here. It again, huh? Lock booze. Ah man. One is hiding out in here. And I guess I've done it multiple. One main sanity I've done in the past.
Oh.
This one's not giving us much trouble though. Geez, who was it? Boomerang, I think, maybe. Oh, he might have been in the other room. go in the room with the other. Okay, go in there, not the room that's locked. You get away again, yeah, maybe. Slower with the vacuum. Ah. The hall again. Might lose him. Apparently there's another boon here. Low health, man. Try to guide him into the any of the rooms that are already unlocked. Gotta give him time to hide and find a heart. No one's calling these yet. There's a heart. And they do. Good time to get. Come on, get in this vacuum. You know you want to get in here. It's awesome in here. It's so great. Oh, it's so close. I don't want to go in this room, but I do want to get in as much as I can. Okay, yeah, as much as I can. Oh, hit me. Alright, we have to get him. If we don't get him, it's gonna be like the other guy having 1 health left and then getting into a room I can't access. There we go. Got a save that we can do. Oh, I thought the yellow... Because he leaves the room, the yellow was still on. I just assumed. Got away from it. 3 got away from it. Whoops. Not on this floor. There's 2. Double hearts, nice. Oh. One's still good. And they're all good in hearts. The killing's justified. Well, the killing of the already dead is justified because it hurts. And that one didn't, so just the justification there. Well, at one time he got 2. Hard to do. Like getting just 1. Hit him and the fire. Fine, that didn't work before. I'm glad I got a bunch of hearts though. And these guys do get light on them. And then there's a secret room gotta do. But that's just better after we get the 3F floors. That first and then go back to the... Then we'd have to go up all the stairs again.
Yeah.
Run their things down. You always do, I guess. I want to be on the other side of that. Orangeman. That sounds like it was racist. mace. How come pepper spray is called mace? Or this medieval mace would. Litter, sir. Is it your mansion to just throw trash in?
Oh yeah.
Was one in one of these. On his mace to hit. God damn it. You trigger another one. Alright, she missed good. Ah, what's up with these ones? Man, this was able to hit me again. Oh, I shined the light on her. Alright, is there more than one in here? I think one or two fled into the lava. Might just be all booming.
Yeah.
Let's see what floor that was.
Mamma mia. Mario.
Ah. Just every time, if they were able to hide again. Do it like under boob? You say that? Maybe in 2001. Or I guess it was underdog, so making a comeback. 3 ghosts in here. I guess I forgot that they don't hide just because. Back in there. Test. All the hearts I can get. Master tapping, but enough.
Mario.
I'm off of them.
Mario.
He went into a room I can go into right away. Hard to even get him behind those. Oh, you got me a bit. Nicked me. Maybe we actually got a good amount in here. Maybe the armor helps. Through this way, right? Oh, back in here. Get back in the armor. There wasn't a room you could go into there. There we go. Got getting there. How do I send him the boot? You have to knock on his jaw. Mouse stash. It just determines if it's spelled mouse stash or just mustache. Only one correct? Or is it like donut? Fine with me or no thanks. Add when you... Anybody else? I guess maybe no one else can do this because you act vacuum and settle it. They don't have. They're not gonna have. They have the vacuum. They're gonna have the ice meal it. Best. Times. Ooze. Face red for sure. So weird. Puffed up fish. Do fly at you. That's a close one. Get the things going after us and the mushroom.
Yeah.
Get one of these 100 millions for money. Then we can truly be happy. If you're not happy, you just need more money until you're happy, right? This is the new one. Three more about the ones that fled later. Stay in here. Wow, I thought he was gonna get out. He still might, yeah. But I thought he was gonna do it sooner. I never really paid attention to the what looks like electricity going on in that health bubble. Oh, don't you want health into another room on me? Bad when you have the room unlocked. Yeah, freed from paintings. Oh, freed from? I thought it was he taking them. He's given pertinent information, but talking on and on. That dialogue.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Treasure. Her ice is still.
Yeah.
Here's Boomerang. He's the one that like fled from the rooms next door. Across the hall. Damn, we almost got him. Ah, fleeing into a room I can't just... Knows what he's... knows. How come no one's calling these phones? I thought that's definitely a thing you do in... phone. Is that only when the power's out? They weren't ringing then either. Get you in this room, can we? Good if you didn't hit me there. Another one. One. It's worse than they go to a locked room. I have one left. There might be one more in that room. Jarvis. After me. Right when I first started saying Jarvis, I actually, like, for a second forgot that's really his name. I don't know what you're saying there, old man. Just let me go. Room's good. Oh man, this room's... Alright.
Mario.
Get up here, right? Well, I think Van Gore is that still. Go to the roof. Fall into that roof there. Board it off. I want to get the... Maybe you can. I'm happy about being able to use it. Like... I'm gonna assume you need fire since it's right here. Hopefully it wasn't actually ice. Oh, there you go. There you go. Probably found it. These are already lit. Here. Archer good. Take it, give it to me. No ghost yet. There's... Yep, you in that one. Even more than I realized. Oh, it's 3, but it might be more. Huh. One of all the regular coins. I mean, if you want to turn around, standing there like a fool. Here. How many you can get away before? Stomping around in the apartment. 5 floors, I'm on the top floor. That's a place. The first one that we were shown, well, what was great about that one was that it was connected to a grocery store. Open a door and you're there, but I didn't really like the layout of the room. It seemed like a lot of wasted space in the hall from the door. Or is it? Can't go in the basement. But that's that one in 2F, okay. Ghost in here. I mean, there were, but there's no goo in here. Less scary, wasn't it? You weren't even here to help me save my game. I could have avoided having to get the Grimsley again. Or, I guess, 2F or basement. We'll have to go up way. Get to Van Gore when we get that. Get it. Oh, that was 2F. Booze that got away from us, haunted us. Then all right. Now nicely. Oh, you guys are here though. Oh. What's this hitting me? Those green things? These things are really pesky. Pesky ghosts. Stay away. Oh, come on, dude. Ask in here. Plushy. Yeah, Luigi's got the muscle. Power switch on, you can turn that thing. Kind of surprised. I guess I am kind of surprised King 2 didn't make it into Smash, because they kept him in Mario Kart when they got rid of Peach Piranha. I don't know why they couldn't have kept him. One unique. Mario clone. I remember the name Booby Hatch, but also his health was at such a number where he would have known that you. They don't want to make it easy. All those things are there though for getting these. He's hiding. You had time. It has to be one of those. Okay, not if it's a boot. In a barrel. It has to be in the one where the booby trap was, right? Pick over here, yeah. Lunatics Unleashed, that was a show that existed. I never really watched it. How many Looney Tunes spin-offs are there? Would they be considered spin-offs? I guess technically. Show that exists. Different show. Characters aren't original when the show's created, I guess. That definitely. It's not safe out here, guy. Maybe for you it's safe. Not as good. Not as enjoyable chasing them around the basement. Vacuum up at least one pile of dust. Fast enough. Come on, get in here. There we go.
Oyama, Luigi.
I'm close. Down here, though. I only have one health left, which... There. The one in... I think is the one healther. Oh, never mind. The one that's unique to this. But I think the other one's in here too. I got a good amount off of them. There's our Redmonds. Kinda look like viruses, like the way that the visualization. Oh, I made it in time. Idiot. We stay in here. Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna get you on the next one. Probably like next one in another room, not next hall. He's still not here. Okay, wow, I really was hoping he'd go in that room instead, but okay. Better at it, apparently. There we go. Still have that one healther to get. You're my boy. I already said that one. Open because that's... Ooh. Oh, another year. Another almost done with the game. You didn't go in here? Where's our one healther? Oh, like, great health. Big for You went in here. Even if we do die, yeah. Hey, I like the fires. Oh, that was... He had a good amount of health left. It was in the 30s. That's, like, realistic to real life, and Ice Skull could kill. Damn. Could grab a big heart from the oak chest, but... Boskin. Maybe this is where, one healther is, but then I would have been able to get in here. Just a bootstrap didn't go off. Making the noise. Oh, big heart. Euripides, have we seen him yet? I want the health. Oh, I'm a stupid idiot. Dumb boy. Hubris. Still in here. Alright, from storage up to game. Go back in that room. Oh, he did. Thought he wasn't going to at that point. Not safe with our health any lower than it is. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I'm not getting fooled by that anymore. The yellow was still that boo. Yeah, parcel or a parcel? I'm really looking suspicious because I have the janky part of the screen. Block stuff because show it as the go. That room. Sized window for the game. Oh. Even if you are like wearing that in the live in that climate, you don't want to just be a block of ice. Oh, Color didn't seem to do anything about it. You're still in a block of ice. I guess it was the main threat. There we go. I forgot that he slides Surly for a second, thinking about in a blue chest. There's Van Gore.
Mario?
I think it was here. Crap. The icicles don't fall anymore, that's nice. Boulder Dash. Not the one healther. Which has to be in here then, unless I'm just kind of crazy and I already got him. Can't actually generate health, and he was one of those. Got health back up. I can get him from over here. They paid attention to what sparks coming out of him. That's also key. You can start getting them sucked from further away. What's that one then? Van Gore is gonna have one.
Mario?
Do I look through the whole house? I think we've done before. See which one got away. There's also the, I forgot there's a 2F room, the girls' room, which has a room before it. So if those both have booze and an advanced word, then I guess we one healther I was thinking of. Oh, there's a room before the girls' room. You have the same parents as they old. Since our apartment didn't have any trick-or-treaters, but I just remember last year I wanted to make sure there was enough for all the kids, so I said like to take no more than, please take no more than 2, and then I felt bad after because there was so much left after that. It's like, man, I should have just said take no more than a hand. Oops. Well, no, it was this room. I might hear those guys when they're not in here. Also fire, but you get the water for the ghost. Maybe you want the fire first. I can light all fires I want, no one's gonna do anything. I want the orange man to kill me. Luigi, it's your downfall when you stop. Get scared. You're living. For now. Pop about when you suck them up a little bit halfway. How am I surviving all this? Definitely died from less narrow escapes. Well, I guess they weren't escapes because I died, but like less narrow encounters. There's one in here. Lydia, I hate you. Why? I didn't give you the name. You hate me because of the name? Seemed like you just said your name and then you hate me. Mario, this ghost said she hates me. You know, I'd be physically harmed. I didn't know I'd be emotionally harmed as well. There we go. You.
おやま、ルイージ
Yeah.
ヤマンバ
Why it's upside is. Or design this room. Got it backwards. I will wake you. Are you asleep or not? Because kind of open if I was here. Here we go. And time dolls are got enough when they're not flying off the shelves trying to get you. Ah. Away, mini mushroom. Ah, didn't get us. Self, huh? Heck. I already knew that. I mean, it's still gonna be an amount of money that we can be happy with. Take the covers. Grab. Catch. Thing. Bold to be hiding in a painting when they don't want to become paintings. There's just Colossus that becomes a painting. I guess Van Gore is the last room to have a boo in it.
にうまくすくすくやぼやぼヤマンバ
Dark. Have a heart in it again.
Mario! Mario!
I have the water, I may as well water the plants. And as soon as it starts shaking up. Might have been a green gem in one. And the top ones. That was a green. I'm not used to not even needing parts that come out of stuff. Context. Take the heart. Funny how they needed that big one earlier. Ah, well. I think that was a gold bar, which I didn't get. He was cowering for the power going out, and then... Oh, this is the fake room. He can still do that when he's squished. I make the back. If he can survive that, what does he have to worry about? Oh, Okay, I didn't have to go on the balcony, but I guess that reminded me of the plants. So. Is there a window on I guess just here then. Middle. Right window.
Mario.
Now I'm going too far this way. Let's see. Artist studio. Oh, afterlife's work. My afterlife's work. That's. Never appreciate that enough before. Earthly swine. I enjoy your life. I give my creation. They like you in French characters sometimes. Star Saga has that. And then I guess Bowser's reintroduced a guy that showed up in the next. Getting all at once. Like that. I think it did let me turn my flashlight off during that cutscene. Oh, how do you get away? Then I got all three. Is there a fourth away? Picked up on him saying gotcha, or I guess not about it. Oh, come back. I didn't even like to go away. Well, they all do the ground pound, that's right. Doesn't matter if they have elements or not. Ah. You have to have the flashlight on? Oh, that worked. Yeah, I hear the click. Okay, one got out of there. Need to get sucked up for that. So. Damn it. Well, they give us a good amount of hearts in here. Not as damn it. Say. Oh man. And I gotta light off. One. There we go. There we go, 3. Done a triple in a while. Maybe only since the orange. What they want to do is litter. What? He's out of the way, they're a hazard. What is going on with me? There is one. Or just ghosts. Well, I don't know if he ever littered. He was just curious about stuff. So maybe at one point he was curious about littering. Tried it once, and that was it. Doing it. Like. I never saw the Wolf Barrel Curious Dwarf. Now, like, the old. Yeah, they still throw a banana peelers while you're getting them. I thought I was gonna slip on that one. Why is he saving those for last? He's making art of ghosts that exist for those statues, or is he like he makes them exist? Yeah, maybe there is something about her cheating with that guy that's hinted in the game. Those kids really look like his, and their statues are both of them in here. Patience, we give my discipline my life. Work will live on, that is right. Ah, art is eternal. One is that only one of my creations is left. Not be. At lords. one of his creations? Is he talking about King Boo? Are they all his creations? Or is he his own creation and you're all one way? Yeah, it doesn't even give you a chest, it comes out of there. Go in here. For blocks.
Mario.
If he'd be in peek. Sense for here. Peek. Back.
Mario.
Need to get you before we do King Boo. Well, we're not gonna do King Boo. Get him in a vacuum. I guess someone could make that sound sexual too. This game all night. Go on.
Mario.
Ever. Aw man, don't do that. Don't kill me, I just meant figuratively. Because you're killing me. Actually, kill Luigi.
Mario.
Well, he's only going into this room in the hall, I'll give him that. He's not, like, swapping out. There we go, 50. A 50. Oh, and you get a gem for that, that's right. Got, might be the best gem in the game. Oh, we already got that guy, we got everybody, but... Not even worth it. It's huge. Covers his face.
Mario.
Basement now. Here anywhere? Might be here and... No, now I'm thinking about it, picturing it in my head, I don't think... Oh yeah, that was the right side of it. Going this way. We're gonna get this heart. Oh, not on this go through. Want health for King Boo. Save with Toad just in... Well, we saved with the Boo there, but I guess save with Toad, we save with 100 health. Unless a ghost gets us, but I think the lights are gonna stay on. Yep. Weekends are likely to... Apartment out of state, but on work days maybe less likely, just because I go in the office, then I get home and later, a little bit later, home, and then also might just be tired from out. Even though working is still there. We're talking about the blackout. I guess my total stays at that because I counted at the end of the chapter on it in this game area. That's not the door. Can't get close away because of enough booze. And the key. They have the key, but not enough booze. That's probably. I guess you need at least 15 to get to this point because blue losses. There's a gem in here, yeah. I don't know if there's more than one. A minute, Mario. I'm getting some gems here. Go too close, you're gonna trigger the cutscene. The mirror in here to leave. I mean, what in the world is this? It's Mario. It seemed like that was as close as I could get to scan. Stare at my Mario painting course. Draw fine art to take utterly refined sensibilities to truly appreciate it. Help Mario. Satisfying. Perhaps a little too satisfying. Merely because of how much trouble you've caused me in the past. Wasn't King Boo not a character until this game? Although they said this took place after Mario Sunshine, so one time that he caused him trouble where he looked different there in Delfino, though. I just could give it away in contest. Talk about stupid. Mario Brothers anyway. Stupid soup. Let's wait. However, Mario painting looks lonely. I must. Luigi painting as well. To be complete. I'm not afraid of you, fool. Only that infernal Pulcher 3000 you carry on your back, stupid machine. King! Among booze. I swear it, I shall no mere house cleaning device. You're only that. Despise the way that you my friends the sucky head suck. Brother, sorry. Well, he said a painting as well, like we went separate paintings, but now he's saying we're going in the same painting? Like he needs to make up his mind on what kind of decor. Still isn't like a Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion type game. Bowser and King Boo, huh? Bowser Robot. Robo Bows. Bowser. Flourish hours, is that normal? I think it's about right. I feel like I started streaming around like 6:30ish. I was trying to do closer to 6. But Yeti, like troubleshooters I was looking at, they all acted like Windows would actually sense the device. I guess to select it. It wasn't just do it. But that was because I janked up my monitor, I guess. I had to plug it into the computer directly. Oh, I had time. I almost did. No, get out. No. Don't vor me. Oh man, that sucks. There are hearts to that, right? Like bowling. Oh, it was a mini mushroom. Or, yeah, mushrooms. Yeah, that was too much of a tight squeeze. Oh, that wasn't his inhale. Exhale of fire. Took off 70 pretty quick. Fire. Big, it's not on my map day. I wonder why they decided to put after Mario Sunshine. It works. You're gonna die. Doing it again. There we go. Hearts. Like two, see? It'll be the fire too, that's good. He hits me with that Bowser. He might be able to do it, but I mean it's possible. That almost got me as I was saying it. Oh yeah, he doesn't have people. That happens. He move serves as the people. His crown shines him. Not very much. I better to go this way. It always goes to the left. There we go, getting better at that. It's so close to me. I guess as long as you move from where you were when one or two, or at least one more. Oh yeah, he puts it on wrong. Way. Arch from those. Chiropractor. Heck around. Nice. Oh, we really came in clutch with this. I mean, you get it. Hey, we did it! Wow. Nice, no death on King Boo or Blue. Go inside there, never thought about that before. Now we can be the Bowser. We can be like that Mario Party minigame. Made them have to make a glove. Tug of war is Bowser. Really remarkable, my boy. My boy, again. By the Poltergust 3000, you ran it with all the way to the top. So. Oh. But you not have kids of his own to pass it on? Bowser, you say? He fired at you. Most recently. Never heard such a fantastical tale. I'm not sure I even believe, because 60 years, mind you. I was a young whelp who trembled at the mere thought of a ghost. Trembled, I say. Something. Run this little brain goes recollecting every now and then. Don't they say, like, if you have Alzheimer's, you could suffer from a lot? Not like. So maybe that's why he makes. Lines and barnacles with oil on them. Ghost hunting you. Lab. Collapse with relief and exhaustion. Oh, you're right. Awake the whole time. Maybe Bowser knocked him out when he came in the painting. Protecting you. Secret altar. It's only secret from like hell. Not secret if you're just in the basement. Flower gem, which I guess maybe second best because the enough rattling about money. No, I'm rattling about money. It's not enough yet. Enough rattling about money when I was just Only were that easy to make money. It's always funny how like the game show video games have a disclaimer that you actually get money from playing this. Cool. Performance. Just to share a painting with a robot. I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was gold or what. I don't know what gold is for. Can't get them in one go. That was... Oh, that was even 4 hours of the stream at 3:48. That was about an hour and a half on that area. Thanks. Where does that even come from? I'd bet dollars to nuts. Oh, it means confident. The 20 million? High score as we lost that one. There's a 2 on there now. 3. Or if I had just started with the... Yeah, it's always fun doing this. Thanks for stopping by. Streams are gonna be back, I don't know how many times a week. Regular again, now that I'm all settled up in the good old West. Stream live on Benjagamin on Twitch, and where streams, recordings go on YouTube. Plus, I'm gonna go live. I'll see you guys next time after we watch Mario no longer be 2D.
Mario?
Sometimes he's...
Mamma mia. Oh,
You do the Mario's Mansion one or the cutscenes, Luigi, or I only like played it a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna be skinned as Mario here. I feel like Mario doesn't return the love to Luigi as much as Luigi. How happy. I already gave the spiel, so it's here. Probably skippable. Oh. They rap to I don't know if they rap to each other, they say like... Always fun playing. Some pictures of all the dogs dressed up for Halloween. My dog's been staying with them. I wanted to bring her, but I don't know how she did traveling. She got to be in on it. Two of them were sulking, so Dad got up. Exit night, which is just a dog treat.
Hey, Luigi!
Luigi. Mario. Black rights and what did you say? It says scenario. It's like scenario as well, which is good because sometimes things are big rip-offs. The matter of the ghost was settled. Professor E. So delighted to have all the pig and they used the treasure to found to build Luigi a new house. What ranking is that? Yeah, it's B. I thought it was B. If we had gotten that plant, it probably would have been A. Which I think A is the best you can do. This one, S gets A. And like this. About that. Let's. Mention water, flower. Let's okay, that's good. I can't. Well,
Hmm.
there we go. That's what I want.
Hello?
Let's about this.
Hmm? Hmm.
Open you, Firefox. It says it's showing. Yeah, that's what.
Hmm?
Starting though. Yeah, that's like that. Could have been for me. Oh, that's the same gem as the. Oh. Yeah, gold, diamond, flat. Yeah, it has to be watered once in area after the first. I was doing. That is just weird. Maybe I wasn't done watering it in the third area. That's all I can figure. Thought I was, but it has to be. Alright, well, already gave this stopping by, and I will see you next time. Pokemon Bye.